Welcome, everyone, to Bear Football, presented to you by the Barroom Network. My name is Aldo Gandia, filling in for John Buffone. But don't you worry, Danny Shimon is here, and Tyler Ellis and John hopefully will join us for the after game show. Danny, so many things we can talk about with this first half. The first thing that I want to say is if we were to have the Dallas Cowboys wide receivers and the Chicago Bears, instead of the ones that we have, we would probably be winning this game right now, even though the defense had an awful first half. What are your impressions of what we just saw?
Well, yeah. Talent-wise, they're better than what the Bears have currently. But man, guys, Justin Fields is the best player on offense for the Bears in this game. And if this was, I was waiting, I was hoping to see John. I know he's got an issue with to take care of right now, but he'll hopefully join us after the game. But this is a fight. I threw in a towel a long time ago, right? But what happens is Fields gets back in that score right before that, the pick by Eddie Jackson. That was huge. It made it a 2-score game. And then they come back. Dallas is cocky. Dallas is feeling good. They're like, hey, these guys can't stop us. Let's just drive down the field. A bad throw into coverage there by Prescott. Jackson breaks on that ball, makes the interception. You're hoping for that touchdown, but they get a field goal. It's an 11-point game. They were down by 21 points, guys. And again, I think Getsy is doing a good job in terms of mixing up the play calling. Not as much quarterback power, quarterback draws we saw as last week. He mixed in a few here and there, obviously for the touchdown there. Fields scored that first touchdown for the Bears. But I'm telling you, the offense is keeping them in the game. I didn't think I'd be tweeting that out at all this season. Offensively, they're keeping them in the game. Defensively, I have no idea what they're doing. There's no pressure. They cannot contain the run. Imagine if they had Ezekiel Elliott in there in offense as well. This could be even worse, right? But again, offensively, they keep them in the game. It's a 11-point score here, deficit at halftime. They get the ball first here in the second half. If they can go out, take that ball, and get points, whether it's a field goal, a touchdown, makes a 1-score game, and the Bears are back into it. And we know they're a second-half team, and man, Alan Williams, Matt Eberflus, defensive coaching staff, whatever things you're gonna do, changes or adjustments you're gonna make at halftime. This is the time to do it because your defense was Swiss cheese out there, more holes than I've seen ever in a half for a Bears defense in a long time.
So, what can be done from a defensive schematic standpoint? What can Alan Williams, a defensive coordinator, do to change things? Or is this just mostly about execution, about tackling, about running hard, not loafing like we saw almost 11 guys on the Bears defense loaf on that Dak Prescott quarterback sneak that should have been a yard or two, ended up being 25-yard carry. What can Williams potentially do schematically to help the Bears defense?
What's the thing? It's like defensively up front, prior to the Quinn trade, the Bears have problems getting, consistent pressure on the quarterback. What are you going to do now in terms of the run defense? Execute. Everyone maintain their gap discipline, stay in your gap, stay in your game lanes, and let's make sure we play a hard edge as a defensive ends. Make sure you guys, contain that outside run, push everything back inside to your big guys, and hopefully that stops or at least slows down the running attack. But, in terms of the passing game, you got to bring some pressure, and you're not getting there with 4 guys. You're getting there with 4 guys when you had Quinn on this team. You're not going to get there with 4 guys without Quinn on this team. So you got to bring some pressure, some blitzes. If you have some design blitzes off the edge, whether it's a corner or a safety blitz or a linebacker blitz, get some pressure, make Dak Prescott a little bit less comfortable in the pocket. And then hopefully you can and then mix up your pressures with your coverage packages, and that way you kind of hopefully mix it up and you can get some more turnovers, maybe some stops. But again, it's not like the Dallas defense is doing anything crazy to the Bears offense. It's the Dallas offense is just outclassing and out executing out everything the Bears defense.
You mentioned earlier this week on our show, Bear Truth, when we were talking about the Robert Quinn trade, you said that you're a fan of Trevis Gibson, but that you were concerned about his run defense. The Dallas Cowboys have 14 rushing attempts, 7 yards per carry average. Is this a little bit having to do with Trevis Gibson, the absence of Robert Quinn, who was so adept at holding the edge? What say you?
It's not just not like Quinn was a great run defender. He was solid in that phase, but he wasn't that wasn't his forte. His forte was getting after the quarterback. And if you notice, a lot of these runs are to the outside. They're getting the defensive end to chase inside, whether it's a a fake or whatnot. They're just getting their eyes off it on that run by Prescott. Dominic Robinson was lost. The rookie was lost. He was looking at the ball carrier on the fake, and Prescott just jogs right by him for that touchdown. So it's execution, it's being able to be eye discipline, locating the ball quickly. Now Robinson is a rookie, right? So we'll give him a little bit of slack here. But Gibson, the same thing. He's getting washed inside, not containing that hard edge, not maintaining his ground there on the outside. What that does is by when I say set a hard edge, that funnels everything back inside to your big guys in the middle. Or if the running back continues to flow outside, now you have outside guys. You got safeties, you got cornerbacks coming down and run support helping you out. But if you're getting pushed inside and you're getting washed away, that's like a big gaping gap there. And then that's where the running backs and the quarterbacks are taking advantage of him. And that's where I wanted him to get better. He has been playing a little bit better the last couple of weeks. Today, it's between a combination of him, Robinson, and Muhammad. I've seen all of them kind of get washed inside or get blown off the football. And the inside guys are not going to get it passed by me either. The inside guys, the defensive tackles, they're not as bad, I don't think, so far, just kind of first glance, but they're getting pushed off the football as well. The entire defensive line is getting blown out the football by this Cowboys offensive line here. So that's where they're going to have to regroup, man up, if you will, maintain your position, and let's do some gang tackling. Let's get in there and stop the run. Once you stop the run, make the Cowboys one-dimensional. And they're picking on Kindle Vildor. Vildor has had a pretty solid season so far, I'd say, at the defensive cornerback position, but they're picking on him there. So that's why if you bring some more pressure, get him a little more uncomfortable in the pocket, right now, your offense, like I said, got you back into this game. Let's make some adjustment on defense and help kind of become a full effort, a full team effort here in the second half.
The underthrow by Justin Fields to Equanimous St. Brown on what could have been a touchdown. Do you think that EQ could have done anything to adjust to potentially make that catch?
I don't know how you guys feel, but I thought that was pass interference. The corner barely even looked back for the football. He was all over St. Brown. Yeah, it was a little bit of underthrow, but it's also something that St. Brown could have come back and made the adjustment for the ball. Again, one-on-one coverage. This is something I've been harping on as Fields is getting aggressive, and I've seen it the last couple of weeks. We saw it later on today here in the first half where he drew the offsides and he just threw the ball up there to St. Brown again. St. Brown had double coverage in the end zone. Could almost made another great catch there for a touchdown. But when you got one-on-one coverage with your outside guys, give them a shot at the football. And I think St. Brown had a shot there to make a play on the football. It is what it is. I think the defensive back interfered, wasn't called. It was a number of bad calls. There was that face mask on Tevin Jenkins. The helmet was ripped right off of him. That wasn't called either. So it's been a spotty first half for the officials as well. But yeah, I think it was a play that St. Brown could have come back, adjusted to the ball, made a play. Obviously, that's something that goes either way.
One of the things that I'd like to see from the offense, and I say this cautiously because I'm really an admirer of Luke Getsy's play calling, particularly recently, but I would like to see this long passing game continue, these attempts to go deep. There were a number of attempts by Justin Fields to score touchdowns. There was the pass to Dante Pettis, who I think really should have caught that ball. He was looking inside, then turned around. What he should have done was immediately go up with his body towards the quarterback and go up with two hands as opposed to trying to make this catch. And so these receivers could do a better job of helping the quarterback, but I'd love to see this long passing game continue in the second half. Your thoughts?
Yeah, for sure. But it's got to be measured, right? You can't just go back there, have him drop back and try and throw these deep balls because he's going to get killed back there, right? He's going to get killed. So I like the short, quick hitting game, mix in the run, mix in that quarterback draw and all that stuff, and then eventually take your shots, right? It's when you have the big personnel in there and you have maybe one-on-one coverage on the outside, one receiver on the outside or whatnot. That's when you take your deep shots, right? So I don't want this Dallas defense to just kind of pin their ears back and go after Justin Fields because that's going to be dangerous. So that's the thing is take your measured shots. I agree with you, but also continue to mix it's like I said, it's 11-point deficit now. It was 21. Now it's down to 11. A 10-0 run before the end of that first half is huge. You still can use the running attack here, still mix in some Justin Fields runs. And then, like I said, take your shots when you have those, desired one-on-one coverages on the outside.
So what are your, and if I told you, pull out your crystal ball, what do you think is going to happen in the second half with the Chicago Bears? Clearly, the way I hear your energy and enthusiasm, you think they can pull this game out.
Listen, I was ready to come on here, Aldo. I was ready to come on here and just lambast the defense. I'm like, what the hell are they doing? The game started. Can someone wake them up? But Justin Fields and the offense, like I said, kept them back in the game and got them back in the game, I should say. And now it's a 11-point game at halftime. It's this first drive to me, again, is huge. You come out with some points here. It's a one-possession game. Then defensively, guys, you're going to have to man up. You have to come, all right, guys, we play like crap this first half. Thanks to Fields and the offense, we're back into this game. Let's go ahead. Let's execute our plan. Let's see what kind of adjustments they make in that at halftime. And this team is notoriously, so far this season, better in the second half defensively than they are in the first half. Those halftime adjustments are golden. I don't know why they can't make them on the sidelines during the first half. That's beyond my comprehension, apparently. But let's go ahead and let's make these adjustments. Let's get back in this football game. And you know what? I think they could win this game. I honestly think they can win this game. The way the offense is moving the football, right? Defensively, you make some adjustments. You get some stops here. You got that big turnover there by Eddie Jackson. A couple more turnovers, man. Maybe get the ball out, punch the ball out on defense. Maybe a special teams play anywhere here and there. It's only an 11-point game. You're back in this football game. Defensively, let's wake up and let's make some plays.
Danny, next Saturday, I know what you're going to be doing. You're going to be doing it with me and a bunch of other barroom show hosts at King's Entertainment. Everyone who's watching live, take a look at this. A lot more details coming very, very soon on that. But basically what you need to know, Barflies, 2 p.m. on Saturday, November 5th, we're going to be throwing a party at the King's Dining and Entertainment in the Rosemont area. And again, I'll have more details on the after game show today and throughout the week. Danny, enjoy the second half. I'll see you here immediately after the game, and hopefully we'll be celebrating a victory, brother.
That'd be huge if they pull this off. That'd be huge.
Indeed. Thank you, everyone who's joined us live. Bye-bye.